Guys, it's your boy MATV here back with another video, and today we are going to be doing some r/entitled parents. MIL steals credit card and upset when caught. Obligatory, I am on mobile. TLDR at bottom. Backstory: my husband and I have now been married for almost 18 years. My MIL is the most entitled, choosing beggar I've ever known. I have many stories, so if y'all like this one, I will add more. First time posting. Be nice, please. Cast: me, mythical entity. H, husband. EP, mother-in-law. When my now husband and I were engaged, he had one credit card that he used for emergencies or small things. We were buying a house, getting married. So he paid it off so we would have it if needed for house. All good? Nope. Statement for the card came in and showed thousands of dollars in purchases, including Disney World tickets for 3 with all the accoutrements, stereo system, clothes, computer and desk, several semesters of college for one of his younger brothers, and more. H was pissed, called credit card company and stated that it was out on his second card. And they stated he tried to explain he did not have a second card. This is when they revealed that he had signed for a second card on his application. Hint, he didn't. Apparently, EP saw him put application mailbox. He lived on grandparents' farm that had main house and a few trailers for family to live in. Once he left, she opened it and marked for a second card for herself and put it back in. So prior to our engagement, H was paying all of EP's expenses, as he was the oldest of 5 and felt responsible for them. Dad divorced and stepdad left. Once we became engaged, and especially once I became pregnant, he told EP he couldn't anymore as he had his own family to take care of now. EP did not take this well. She took that second card and took 2 siblings to Disney World and everything else listed above. H stormed into EP's kitchen and demanded the card. Some is paraphrased as this happened a while ago, but this is mostly how it went. Give me the credit card now. What card are you talking about? Faked confused expression. The one you signed for yourself and just spent thousands on. Oh, I was gonna wait until your birthday and give it to you as a present. Well, now you ruined it. She wanted more time to go shopping. I'll bet. Give it now. But now! EP hands over card grudgingly and husband promptly cuts it up, making her very upset. He tells her that was supposed to help us through with the house, wedding, and pregnancy. Decided to go for the trifecta. Now we were thousands in debt and she needed to pay us back. I don't have that kind of money. I'm your mother and you needed to help me. I have my own family now. We are your family. Payment now. So EP called in his youngest sister and youngest brother, who is developmentally delayed, to write H a check for $100 from each of their accounts to pay for the trip to Disney World, and gave us another 100 in loose pennies. We never got another dime. Had to wrap pennies every day for a week to return them. 4 change machines available in bank took only wrapped, signed, and dated. Fast forward 3 years, she comes over to her tiny 2-bedroom apartment and tells H, "What happened? You used to be so good with money." I had to get in front of him and told her to leave before she got hurt. Never saw him so angry in my life. So that is how we ended up with a $10K in credit card fees, including late fees. He wouldn't press charges because it was his mom. I have so many more stories. TLDR, MIL got second card off account and went on a 10,000K shopping spree in retaliation for husband getting engaged. It actually sucks if your own mother-in-law put you into $10,000 of debt. That is very, very, very depressing. My mother wants me to buy her 8-year-old a pair of $800 skates and a new hockey stick. Happy ending. Oh, we got a happy ending for once. The voice cracked. Just last week, I had gotten a raise at work for accepting a new position that also came with a nice bonus. Now, being in my early 20s and loving hockey and gaming, I decided my bonus on gaming gear and new hockey equipment. come out of the tech store in my local mall with a new Razer keyboard and a blue Yeti microphone. I walked to the other end of the mall and went into the store where they sell sports equipment, apparel, and shoes. I instantly go over to browse the skates, as mine are going on 5 years old now and are beginning to hurt my feet. I pick up the ones that are the newest model of skate that are the same brand as the ones I had. The skates were valued at around $1,000. Now there was a small child looking at the junior versions of the skates that were around $800. Mommy, I want these skates. No, sweetie, you need skates and a stick, so I can't afford to buy you those skates. But Mommy, those skates are the best ones. While this exchange was going on, I had an employee go to get the size that I needed for my skates and began to browse the new sticks that they had in stock. Mommy, can I please get these skates? No, I'll buy you those skates, but that's as much as I'll spend on skates, as she points to a $200 pair of skates. The employee had brought my skates out for me to try on to make sure they were the right fit. At which point, the EM makes eye contact with me. I ignore it, and after taking the skates off, I grab the stick I wanted and I go to pay. Now, after I pay for my skates and sticks, they ask if I want my skates molded, to which I say yes. This is where the exchange between myself and the entitled mother begins. I have my stick next to me with around to show it was paid for, and I currently have the hot skates on my feet to begin the molding process. Excuse me, can you help me? Sure, what do you need? My son really wants the same skates as you, but we can't afford them. Can you buy them for him? Sorry, ma'am, but I worked very hard at my job to be able to afford these new skates. But he really wants them. He's really good at hockey, and I feel like he deserves them. You can feel like he deserves them, but I still won't be buying your kid any hockey gear. I really can't afford to buy anything else above what I've already purchased. How about you buying the same stick you bought for yourself? The stick is about $300 for the senior model, while the junior model is around $220. No, I can't afford to buy anything else today. Entitled mother then sees my tech store bag. How about you return those things you bought at store name and use the money from those to buy him the stick so I can buy them the skates? You're too old to be buying things like that anyways. I'm not returning anything or buying anything for your kid. Then I looked at the kid for a brief moment, who seemed visibly upset. You don't need the best gear to be the best, buddy. All you need is the want to be great. What would you know about being the best? You're not the best, so why do you need the best gear when you could be helping me? It was at this point that the manager stepped in. And just so you guys know, the manager and I actually know each other, as we play in the same league. And I played on a few teams with his younger brother growing up, and he went on to play professionally. What seems to be the problem? My boy wants these skates and the stick, but he won't help me get them. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but he doesn't have to help you. It's not his obligation to buy your kid anything. He says you don't need the best gear, while he's buying the best gear when he could have not and helped me. He probably only wants the skates because they're the most expensive. Actually, I wanted the skates because it's the only company that have skates that hold up for a few years. But for that, you gotta spend extra. The kid then starts to cry. You made my baby cry. I'm calling the police. The entitled mother then calls the police, and they show up relatively quick. What seems to be the problem? He took the stick out of my baby's hands and shoved him to the ground so he could buy it instead. Now, it's worth noting that the stick is actually bigger than the child, and I've been sitting on the bench with the skates for the last 10 minutes. Is this true? No, she's been harassing me to buy her son skates and a stick using my hard-earned money because he deserves it. Can we check the tapes? Sure. Please check the tapes, and the mother was arrested for false calls. And to find out she had five unpaid tickets and a failure to appear charge as well. Just last night I saw the kid at the arena with his dad. Now we play in a league where tickets are sold for the game, but us players can have VIPs, meaning they get into the game for free and they get free drinks and foods at the arena during the game. The kid was in the ice wearing the skates he wanted and the stick he wanted in his hands. As they got off the ice, I stopped the kid and his father and mentioned that I was the one that basically got the mother arrested, to which the father smiled and thanked me, as he had been trying to get custody for the last year and a half since her DUI charge. I offered my VIP tickets to the father and son, and his son, to which they gladly accepted. I don't think I've ever seen a kid so happy. I thought you guys would enjoy a story that may not be as interesting as half the stories I've read on here, but definitely it was worth sharing given the way it ended. Edit because it has been requested. These are the skates I got. Here's a picture of my skates, getting another mold before my practice tonight. I'm just gonna show the skates quick, I guess. Nice. Then this is obviously